Yeah. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another show. It's a little bit early in the morning here on Sunday, the last full week of November. This, of course, is my birthday week. This year, my birthday falls on Thanksgiving Day, so people will be giving thanks about your boy. So I'm gonna wait till some people wake up this morning. Get up, wake up. Let's talk cults tonight. This morning, wake up. This is your boy Marwan coming at you one more again. This young lady has to know and understand that carbonation represents trash, spiritual trash. The name carbonation signifies blasphemy, lost spirits, miseducation. This is what carbonation represents and has always stood for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Marwan. Who we got here coming through? Jayla Mink, what's up? This is going to be a video where I do another critical analysis of this young lady. This velvet young lady. Right, Sunfruit? Welcome, good morning. This velvet young lady. She seems to be taking sort of the forefront, the lead. Wearing the pants, maybe, between she and Solar. Ladies and gentlemen, one reason I talk about the need for mental therapy, mental help, focusing on mental health, especially for this young lady and cult people, is that a lot of times their mental situation was already jacked up before they got there. In many cases, their family dynamic was already jacked up before they got to carbonation. In many ways, they all needed some serious therapy, a serious intervention before they even joined this carbonation thing. This carbonation thing. And when this lady, this young lady, this weirdo dude talk about bringing back carbonation, which carbonation are they bringing back? That's my question. We're going to get into Velvet's video in a second. The latest video where she says, I know who I am. You can't tell me who I am. I know who I am. She disowned her parents, her father. She called Nature Boy her father. Do y'all understand the violation that goes on when that happens? She called a gay escort her father. She disowned the dude. She made her father show what unconditional love is. She made him, she forced him to show the world what unconditional love is, right? And at least 3 times, she thought about going back, but then rejected her father 3 times, like Lionel Richie. Once she escaped calling her father or whatever. Twice she escaped. She's done with Nature Boy 3 times. A lady. She's the one who escaped 3 times. In other words, even after joining the cult, disowning her whole family, calling them little Babylon pieces of shit. She went a little bit further, y'all. She went a little bit further. And now you're going to start hearing convenient stories about this bloodline and this love of her father that she pretty much discarded. She disregarded her own bloodline, her own father. Yes, we know, Velvet, that the dude, your father, was totally understanding type of guy. He may have been overwhelmed with so much feminine energy out there. We know he had a problem with your carbonation once you all started going away from the original purpose of carbonation. So which carbonation is Velvet and this fuck boy Solar, Courtney, Amor King, Love King, whatever? Which carbonation are they going to bring back, ladies and gentlemen? I need you to answer me that question, because as you know, the reason why carbonation stands for spiritual retardation, spiritual confusion, blasphemy, and devil worship is because you veered away from your goals, your aim, your intention, and on top of that, you disowned your family. You said fuck your family. You said fuck your baby. You said fuck your mama. You said fuck your father. You said fuck to hell with your bloodline, and you chose a gay escort of 10 years to replace all of that stuff. And it still wasn't enough to push your father away. It's your father we are impressed with, not you, Velvet. So let's get into this video here, because she's got some things to say. I'm just wondering which carbonation. Is it the carbonation where you're between the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, going back to the tropics? Is it the carbonation where you don't need a passport? Or is it the carbonation where you're gonna need a passport? Is this gonna be the carbonation where you grow nothing, you know nothing, and you just offend people watching, saying that they don't love themselves if you don't agree with what you're doing? You're basically saying you can do anything and call it godly. You can do anything and call it divine. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my behind. No, that's not how it works. This young lady doesn't even know. She was basically communing with the devil. And she doesn't know what the long-term effects of that is. Yeah, we know you're not Christian, Velvet. You know why, Velvet? You know why you shouldn't be a Christian, Velvet, no matter what? Well, because in that Christian religion, young lady, there is one unforgivable sin. And you committed it every day for 5 years. In that religion, ladies and gentlemen, there is at least one sin that is unforgivable. And this young lady, Velvet, was committing that sin every day, worshiping Nature Boy, sweating Nature Boy. I don't care how much you think you were fighting back. You were going live more often than you went live fighting back. You went live worshiping this trash. You went live standing as the queen mother of this trashy cult. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this right now. She's presently crying about her bloodline, how important her bloodline is, and how much she now knows and respects her bloodline after the fact, after her spirit has been, she voluntarily soaked her spirit in hell with the devil, spreading lies. She thinks she can just come back. She thinks she can just snap back like a vagina after having a baby, or like a belly after having a baby. She thinks she can just snap back after disowning her parents. Fuck the bloodline, she said. She thinks she can go back and get that bloodline, make that bloodline matter after she threw it in the trash. She threw her bloodline in the trash. Check it out.
Like my dad, all of the good things, all of his good qualities, all of his good characteristics were triggered in me. And I feel that. And my mom too, like all of her good characteristics are triggered in me. And I swear to God, like.
You swear to God. Yeah, which God you're talking about? Nature Boy was your God. Nature Boy was your father. Now you're swearing to God, and we're supposed to believe you got some connection to which God? And which carbonation are you bringing back?
When I was growing up, I felt like I had to choose. I felt like I had to choose between my parents.
A lot of kids grow up. The parents are using the kids as bargaining tools, and they're playing these games, and the kids are the ones that suffer. So she felt like many other kids out here that she had to choose between her parents. All right, that's typical.
And I felt
Some people don't even have two parents to choose from. Some people don't even have two reliable, loving parents.
like I had to choose between who I wanted to be in my life, and I was forced. I was forced to do something that I did not want to do.
And I totally understand. And I just want to remind you all here that this video is a representation of why this young lady needed therapy long before CarbonNation. So the therapy that she needs because of CarbonNation may be something more serious. She may need to get someone else with a different kind of specialty to cover all of what she went through and her mind and detox just from CarbonNation alone. But just yesterday, she said, no more crying. The crying is over. It's my daughter's birthday. No more crying. No more being in the dark. No more being alone. Hey, the next day, she's crying her eyes out over her father now. Again, this has nothing to do with the cult. She's now crying and bawling, meaning she's not quite really fully addressed what she's going through, y'all. All of this crying, all of this talking, it should be done in front of a professional. It should be done in front of preferably a black woman professional who has dealt with women who've gone through these type of traumas in cults before. But I'm just saying, you all were witnessing this video. She needed therapy long before CarbonNation. And the therapy she needs because of CarbonNation maybe more specialized. She's gonna have to go find it because she hasn't gotten over what she's done to her father. She hasn't gotten over and processed leaving for the cult. It's not just she just joined the cult, ladies and gentlemen. She joined the cult and she disowned her whole family, talked shit about them live so that everybody in the world could hear. She was convinced that Nature Boy was her new father that she had a baby by. Let's go.
And that ate me up. That ate me up as a child. And that's why I ultimately ended up in the situation that I did. Because I wanted to see more come out of life. I wanted to see more come out of life. And I think that both of my parents wanted to see more come out of their children, whether they disagreed or not. I feel like my parents subconsciously wanted better for their children, and that is triggered within me. And I want my children to have better. I want this world.
You want your children to have better. All kids. We all should grow up wanting our kids to be better, to do better, to be richer, to be stronger, to be smarter than the generation before. But that should have been in your mind before sleeping with Nature Boy or the next dude. These guys don't look anything. I mean, I know Nature Boy called himself chief, but I believe your father was a chief, or you have real chiefs in your family that are part of a real bloodline that you basically severed. You detached yourself spiritually from your bloodline and from your father and from your whole family. When you chose a fuckboy to worship, to fuck, to call your higher self, to call him God and the next coming of Christ, you fucked up the whole universe, spiritual realm. I keep trying to remind these people that they are the spiritual trash. Ain't that right, North Carolina? They are the spiritual refuse, spiritual trash of the spirit of the conscious community. Spiritual trash. They had their leader, their father was on Sonetta talking about a pleasure center in the butt. don't play around with me when it comes to this shit. She sitting right next to her father, lover, husband, baby daddy. She was sitting right next to him as this little bitch nigga nature boy said, "Hey, Sonetta, you know what? There is a pleasure center in the butt. You know that, right?"
I want to build a world for my children that is.
You want to build a whole world for your children, which is a little world, which is your small world that you created, albeit recklessly. You want to create a whole world. You know how long that's going to take before your kids are even, your kids are going to be senior citizens by the time you even really take the first couple steps of creating a world for your kids. These people like to try to reach for some shit out here and totally neglect everything right here.
Better than what I grew up in. Do you understand what I'm saying? And
no, what you really mean to say is that you want a happier home. You want a more stable home with a mother and a father, with a mother and a father that the kids don't have to choose between. What's up, Felicia? That's what you're saying you want. Why are you going all the way? You want a whole world and you want to be a queen out here. You just want a happier home for your kids and that they don't have to choose. But now your kids aren't in the position to choose. And one of your kids would never choose what you chose as a husband. They would never choose that as a father.
And if I had to go through that shit with CarbonNation to be seen and to be heard, I don't want it to be any other kind of way.
You were in CarbonNation, yes. But you didn't know you were going to be seen. You didn't know you were going to be heard. Nature Boy threw you in front of the camera. Nature Boy told you to represent CarbonNation. Nature Boy gave you the thoughts and the words to say. Nature Boy told you, in fact, to leave your bloodline at home, bitch. Leave your love of your family at home, ho. Leave whatever you filled up in your cup. Leave all that at home, ho, and you come here and serve me, ho. And that's exactly what she did. She left all that behind. All that ancestor bloodline, chief of a feather, all of that shit don't matter, man. She severed herself from that in order to join a gay escort of 10 years, a gay porn star, and a gay stripper in New York, all down south, known as the Gay Tyrese. This is what she chose over this bloodline and Creole.
So recently, because I'm coming to these epiphanies and I'm having these uploads of my purpose and the fact
you having uploads, or you just didn't want to use the word download because that's what Nature Boy did. See, she's gonna try to reverse all the words now. It's gonna be the same CarbonNation, just different words. So instead of downloads, they're gonna be getting uploads. And instead of, I'm just playing. But look, check this out.
That I was never wrong in the first place, and the fact that
you were never wrong in the first place? What? So disowning your family, calling them Babylon, putting your own bloodline on the back burner, that ain't wrong, shawty. Ain't nothing wrong with that, shawty. See how it works? The delusion is serious. The delusion is real. Ain't that right, Jay LeMay? And that would be the scariest part, if she's not really lost and that she knows exactly what she's doing with every tear, with every sniffle. Some people would be like, she knows, because after all, right? Another thing these people wanted to be was what? An actor. All these people wanted to be an actor. They probably got some sort of experience acting somewhere, and this is another good show. Give us some tears. Give us a sniffle. Give us free of all your bullshit too, yo.
I am literally in my purpose.
What's up, Donna?
It just triggered it triggered the queen in me. It triggered the queen in me. And
what? all this stuff about purpose and remembering her family and that she didn't make a mistake. It triggered the queen in your ass? We triggered the queen in your ass? How does it jump from lady to woman, respectable woman, all the way up to queen? Like, how do you jump there? I don't get it, y'all. This is some mental gymnastics coupled with intellectual masturbation.
I feel relentless with what I have to offer to the world. I am not letting nothing stop me from expressing what it is that's on the inside of me. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you think I'm immature. I don't care. You can block and delete yourself because
Well, hopefully she doesn't care when people critically analyze the bullshit she expressing. That's all.
we are moving into a new world.
Shut up. Oh, she got a vision. She had a dream last night. Spirit came and spoke to her last night, y'all. It's time right now, 22, my birthday week. It's time right now to get up, stand up for our rights. Don't give up the fight. And any other lyrics that she happens to remember. Tamarine, you thought she was Christian too, right? She was up here representing Jesus Christ hard body. But like I said, she really can't be Christian because she already committed the unforgivable sin, which is worshiping false idols, blasphemy, choosing some other God over God. She was hard body about Nature Boy more than Christ. She was hard body about Nature Boy more than Malcolm X, more than MLK. She was hard body about Nature Boy.
This is not a game. This is not something that's just like, oh, this is.
Trust me, your belief could be honest. I'm not taking that away from her, that she has an honest belief. But what I am saying, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for pressing that like button. What I am saying is her honest belief is mistaken. And that all has to do with being connected. That all has to do with whether or not she has detoxed yet.
This is like hypothetical. This is not hypothetical. We're living in a world that's changing.
Trust me, you don't see nothing about this world that I don't. The world has been changing, always changing. What you gonna say next? Climate change is a big problem. What are you gonna say next? We got climate change. We got nuclear war. We got Joe Biden as our president. And you know what? Things are changing because there was a midterm elections. Things are changing, y'all.
The old times are dying out and the new times are coming in, and it's time.
What? You starting to sound like Nature Boy, who said what? That there were solar flares coming. And that because there were solar flares approaching the earth, the time is now to stand up and act. You got to stand up and act like you know what you know is about to go down, because according to Nature Boy, the time is now. Solar flares are approaching the earth. You're going to burn, son. Join CarbonNation, nigga, and thank me later for giving you a heads up. I gave you a warning. Why? Because I got a bloodline. I got a direct connection. That means I can tell the future. That means I could pretty much break down anything that's going on in the now. And that means when it comes to the past, we're not going to get too much into that. The solar flares are coming.
Time for a shift. It's time for our people to rise in their greatness. We are constantly talking about our queendom and our kingdom, and we are not doing the necessary things that's needed in order to elevate and rise. That's
needed in order to elevate and rise. So she's speaking with this power, right? Power of the bloodline. As she's speaking these words, and we've got to stand up now. They're putting shit in our food. Did you know that? They're putting fluoride in our water. Did you know that? They're doing all this crazy stuff to the animals when they feed it to us. Did you know that? Don't eat no red meat that's gone past the expiration date. Did you know that? I knew it, and I'm here to tell you, and you couldn't figure shit out If I wasn't here to tell you this shit, we need a shift in behavior right now. That cereal you eat, you think it's Fruit Loops? You think it's Fruit Loops, nigga?
We can be beautiful all we want.
Brutal.
We can fucking be alkaline all we want.
Yeah, no shit. Like I said, we got Dr. Sabi breaking down the alkaline water. We got my main man out there. We got Phoenix Rising. We got our brother out there. He's got his own alkaline water business. Why don't she go connect with him? The alkaline water with my main man Phoenix Rising. Why doesn't she connect with him? Maybe the same reason Nature Boy didn't want to connect with him. Because it's all about ego. It's all about their bloodline. So they got to come up with the ideas. But unfortunately for this woman, all of her ideas is Nature Boy. Because she respected the hell out of Nature Boy's grind and Nature Boy's presence when he's speaking. She respected all the way Nature Boy's mannerisms and how he controlled the chat. She respected 100% how Nature Boy broke down the knowledge and all of that. I didn't respect one lick of it.
We can be in nature all we want. We can talk about these things all we want. But what we really need to be doing
right now,
is applying these experiences and the wisdom that we got from these experiences that we've been through, whether it was traumatic or not. We need to be applying this wisdom to our life in order to elevate this.
Oh, break it down and see when you raise the voice a little bit and you give them a little bit of Teddy Pendergrass, you gotta raise your elevation. Come on, niggas. Right? This is classic preacher talk. This is classic sort of oration. People want you to feel what they're saying, so they gotta raise their voice. They want you to get the little chills up your spine when they talk. They want your whole body to start shaking like hers was.
The world that we live in is not okay. We are poisoned at an all-time high. I don't care about what nobody think about me. I know the truth.
Maybe poisoned at an all-time high, meaning what they just did with that vaccine and all that, that was all-time. That was unprecedented. So I agree with this, that maybe there is something that's happening now that's never happened before. And what they did with that jab, ain't been no jab like it. So maybe she's got a point here. Listen.
I know that what I did when I went to CarbonNation was to change me and to change everything around me. That is nothing right. The person who was a false prophet is now incarcerated because of the karma that he placed on himself. Because
yeah, the thing about you're missing though, he put karma on all of y'all. What about your karma, Velvet, as the chiefess, as the queen, right? You're trying to get back to at least. Can I at least be a queen of something filthy as CarbonNation? At least I was able to call myself a queen. Can I get that back? It was so much fun being a queen.
He wasn't responsible.
You weren't responsible.
What he was given, with the knowledge he was given, he used it to his advantage.
And so did you.
He targeted the 144 people. We all want to make fun of the people who went to CarbonNation.
Yeah.
We all want to make fun of them and say like they're stupid and XYZ.
Dumb.
But these are the 144 people.
No, they're not 144 people. It's supposed to be 144,000, by the way, not just 144.
In the world, 144,000 people in the world. And quite honestly, I think it's less than that. But
what are you basing that on? You think it's less than 144,000? What are you basing that on, woman? What the fuck is you basing that on? Yeah, we called you dumb. Yeah, we called you spiritually lost as fuck. Yeah, we said you went way to the negative. You weren't even at zero balance with your non-spiritual behinds. CarbonNation represented trash. And you were the queen of it. Trash. That's what it is. Trash, bruh.
it's those people that's in the world that are the chosen. And our people,
they weren't the chosen. I'm gonna do another video, and that video is gonna be titled "Nature Boy attracted the broken." not the chosen. Nature Boy attracted the 144,000 broken motherfuckers, not chosen. Y'all motherfuckers need to get that right. We are more chosen than you weak motherfuckers. We are more chosen. Why? Because we were right the whole time since the beginning. We were chosen to shine a light on the darkness that CarbonNation brought to the spiritual community. The darkness, the filth, the odor. Just imagine a whole plane. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine an entire plane filled with people of the spiritual conscious community, which is damn near most people in the world. Imagine a plane filled with conscious community. And then these motherfuckers come on the plane, stinking, smelling like shit, their odor, their breath, their body, the pores from their skin. And they got to get kicked off the plane because they so funky. They got to get kicked off the plane because what they are emanating is foul to the average spiritual person. What they are spreading in every movement that they make and every step that they take, it's like a cancer cell of the conscious community. They're trash, nigga. They're trash. It's crazy. Ain't that right, Agena?
Needed a place to go to learn and to experience and unravel the trauma. CarbonNation was a ticket to unraveling the trauma. That's what's.
No, it wasn't. CarbonNation wasn't no ticket to unravel no trauma. Look at what happened. I mean, look at what happened. Was it when you bit on Malia's titty? Was that an unraveling of karma? Huh? When Kendra was out here smacking all type of bitches in your CarbonNation, was that karma? Was that good? Come on now.
That's what's inside of us so that we can become great again. How are we not going to face any adversity or any challenges or be triggered by any challenges or adversity and say that we can elevate into our queendom and kingdom? There are many different levels of us elevating as a
elevating any. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing and experiencing here, the real deal. This is what happens in the United Snakes when you don't have a type of program that passes little girls into womanhood. There is no program that passes little boys into manhood. What do we call that? What do we call that type of a thing? What do we call that? Somebody help me out. What do we call that? Yeah, there's no rituals. There's no rites of passage. So this is what you're experiencing right here. Let me just replay that right real quick.
$44 people. We all want to make fun of the people who went to CarbonNation.
Yeah.
We all want to make fun of them and say like they're stupid and XYZ.
Yeah.
But these are the 144 people in the world, 144,000 people in the world. And quite honestly, I think it's less than that. But
quite honestly, I'm pretty sure you ain't got no clue what you're talking about.
It's those people that's in the world that are the chosen. And our people needed a place to go to learn and to experience and unravel the trauma. CarbonNation was a ticket to unraveling the trauma that's what's inside of us. So
no, CarbonNation was Nature Boy's ticket to feed off of the spirits and the blood and whatever your mouth and your vagina and whatever, to suck you dry of all that. It was meant to drain you of your spirit. CarbonNation is the ticket to go where to have your spirit drained. You understand me? So she's still confused about her own CarbonNation. It was there to drain her spirit. And it's clear. Look what happened. It was to empty her mind and to fill her mind up with Nature Boy. It ain't really about unraveling your trauma. Nature Boy was trying to exploit your trauma. I guess you just thought you were unraveling it, but there's a reason why he had you on camera talking about your trauma. He wanted to exploit your silly ass because you're dumb enough to share these deep personal psychological traumas with a gay escort of 10 years and a fuckboy who's not at all licensed or experienced in how to deal with and manage your mental, your psychological, or your spiritual, or whatever. All he knew was how to turn you into a hoe. All he knew was how to turn into the cult into a sex cult. Oh, yeah.
So that we can become great again. How are we not going to face any adversity or any challenges or be
Adversity, challenges, right? She had no rites of passage, nothing.
triggered by any challenges or adversity and say that we can elevate into our queendom and kingdom? There are many different levels of us elevating as a people. As a people, we can't just be in situations where we're not being challenged to grow outside of the DNA that we have already active. We needed that challenge. We needed that. Every single person who went to CarbonNation needed that experience to become great again. It's a choice.
You needed that experience, right, Jayla? Thanks for getting those likes up. You needed that experience. You needed that experience to expose how lost you were. And that was supposed to be the lesson from God to show you exactly how lost and confused you really were. You needed it, all right. You needed it to humble your ass. You see how Aaron is that dude Aaron, he was known as True. That dude Aaron is the real deal. Aaron is taking the humble route. Aaron is like, look, man, I played myself. Aaron is like, listen, I ain't trying to play myself. I ain't trying to mislead y'all. I've already done my dirt. I fucked up all of y'all heads worshiping this dude. I ain't gonna talk about, right? That was Aaron's way of breaking it down. A man, a strong man. He's not out here trying to capitalize on broken spirits like Nature Boy did, like Velvet is now trying to bring carbonation back, which is just their code word for saying we have more spirits to drain, we have more minds to empty.
These people are either going to elevate and become greater and be in the purpose that they are supposed to be in, or they're going to fall the fuck off. And if they fall off, that just means that they're a part of the mass majority of people that don't want to change.
So she's saying the chosen, they're the ones who actually wanted a change. So they wanted a change so bad that they disowned their parents. They said, fuck my ancestors, fuck my bloodline, and let's call him our master God. This is nuts.
And I'm so passionate about it because this is what I want for myself. This is what I want for my children. I'm not on here because somebody said, Velvet, go live and talk about this shit for clout. Velvet, go live and do this shit for money. I'm on here because I care about my people. And
Y'all don't think you got no people, and you still haven't proven that you even care about your own kids. So we don't want your kind of care. You can care about people if you want, but we don't want it right now because we'd rather people care about us and consider us their people, that they're going to lead a certain direction. We want to at least know that you can lead your own kids, right? You've shown you can't lead your damn self. You've shown that.
this, what you saw my dad do for me when he came across seas, I don't care if whatever perception that you thought, the fact that he freaking traveled, whether it was hard for him or not, whether it was something he probably didn't want to do or not, or whatever the case may be, he did it. He
Yeah, that makes him sort of a king. That makes your father sort of a chief. That makes your father a father. You know what I mean? And you still rejected him back then. So you can tell us this story now as if you really respect it. But back then, he spent all that money, brought his current wife there, And you looked in his face, Nature Boy looked in his face, and you basically spat in his face. You basically spat in his efforts to save you, but you basically slammed the door in your father's face.
He did it. He made a conscious choice. He made a conscious decision to fight for.
You use that word, fight, XYZ, but he was also trying to let you know that you should value yourself more. Something that you clearly didn't do. He was trying to get you to value yourself more, to love yourself more. He had to fight and go through all type of disrespect from some ungrateful demon daughter. He had to go through all of that, y'all.
For me. Just because he didn't fight physically with his hands and beat up the person that was abusing me, he did it in the spirit. People, we need to understand that this reality that we live in, this physical reality that we live in, is not just all physical. It is all spiritual.
No shit. And we also know, because we looked at G.I. Joe when we were kids, we also know that knowing and your knowledge is only half the battle, right? Shout out to G.I. Joe, a real American hero, right? We didn't need no silly little nobody to teach us. Knowledge is only half the battle. Knowledge is only half the battle. Is that what you're going to tell us next? The other half is mental. And that the world is not just physical. You got parallel universes, y'all. Come on, don't you know? There could be all types of aliens living out in space. Don't you know? The time is now for you to know.
It is all spiritual. Anything
All
that
of
you
it.
do in this lifetime, anything in decisions that you make is echoing out into the universe.
Yeah, it's echoing out into the universe. And guess what stupid decisions you made? And look what you echoed into the universe. Motherfucker, for 5 years and a baby later. Look at what you echoed in the universe. You echoed that Nature Boy's master. You echoed that your bloodline ain't shit. You echoed that your family don't mean shit. You echoed that Nature Boy is your father, your lover, your baby father, your psychiatrist. You echoed into the world that Nature Boy was greater than MLK. You echoed into the world that Nature Boy is the coming of the Christ and that he's the smartest person you ever met. Shorty echoed a lot. Let me rewind this part that she said, y'all. You see this flip? I'm gonna rewind 30 seconds.
My dad do for me when he came across seas, I don't care
Watch
if
this.
whatever perception that you
Echo.
thought, the fact that he freaking traveled, whether it was hard for him or not, whether it was something he probably didn't want to do or not, or whatever the case may be, he did it. He did it. He made a conscious choice. He made a conscious decision to fight for me. Just because he didn't fight physically with his hands and beat up the person that was abusing me, he did it in the spirit. People, we need to understand that this reality that we live in, this physical reality that we live in, is not just all physical.
Oh.
It is all spiritual.
Oh.
It is all spiritual. Anything
Oh.
that you
Hello.
do in this lifetime,
Amen.
anything in decisions that
Amen.
you make is echoing out into the universe, quite literally.
Quite literally.
It is echoing
Echoing.
into existence.
Really? All of your decisions and things that it's echoing into the universe. Everything that you think, everything that you say, everything that you do is echoing, right? Let's hear more. Silly motherfucker.
Echoing out into the universe, quite
literally.
Literally. Oh, spiritual. Anything that you do in this lifetime, anything in decisions that you make is echoing out into the universe, quite literally. Existence has many different levels, and which we would call dimensions. Existence. Reality that we live in, this physical reality that we live in.
Physical reality.
It's not just all physical.
It ain't physical.
It is all spiritual.
What?
It is all spiritual. Anything that you do
Shut the door.
in this lifetime,
Shut the front door.
in decisions that you make,
anything
is echoing out into the universe.
Really?
Quite literally.
Literally.
it is echoing
Oh,
into existence.
existence.
Existence has many different levels,
Really?
and which we would call dimensions.
Ooh, can we just use that word just between us? Can we just call that? Or is it already out here? You know what we gonna call dimension? Motherfucker, we not calling it dimensions.
You are a soul before you are a physical body, which means
Oh,
that a soul is energy. You are energy, and what you do has a ripple effect.
what?
The fact
What we do has a ripple effect. Oh, what about the ripple effect of you sleeping with Nature Boy, getting with Nature Boy after you abandoned Omek in the same little crew? He snuck up behind you. He gave you to Omek, first of all. She wasn't aware of what's really going on. He gave her to Omek. So he decided to take her back. How was that going to echo into the universe? What about biting off Malia's titty and that beach scene that your father recorded? How's that going to echo into the universe? I do respect how you punched Nature Boy while y'all were live, though. I think that punch sort of echoed a little bit, but you still went back after that. Talking about echo.
that my dad fought for me, that's who I am. I am a fighter. No wonder why you saw me online fighting this false prophet. No wonder why you saw me online fighting for my people. I wasn't just fighting for me. I wasn't just sitting there talking all of that shit for me. I had them became a voice for the people that can't find their voice.
Shut the fuck up. Next thing you know, she's gonna say, I took those beatings for you. I was there in CarbonNation, yeah, getting my ass beat. Not for me, for you. Not even for the other members of CarbonNation, for you. I agreed. I put myself in the middle of that circle. And I told them all to stand around and form a circle. I let myself get beat up by Nature Boy for you. I did it for you.
I had them become an example for the people who need to elevate into their queendom and kingdom. But you know what?
Motherfucker, we don't need no dummies going to go join a gay escort, fucking everything up. We don't need that to show us how to evolve and elevate, nigga. Just like we don't need crack to know that it's whack. Shout out to Whitney Houston. Rest in peace, shout it.
Backlash I get, hate, envy, jealousy.
Hate, envy, jealousy. Someone on my live the other day was like, what am I going to be jealous of? Herpes? What is there to be jealous of? You think you're that cute or something? Come on, there's no benefit to being cute and dumb. Cute and $1.50 can get you a one-way ticket and a couple of stops on the subway. What is she talking about?
People don't know how to appreciate me, my energy, and what I have to offer.
Yeah, because you flip-flopping, you joining cults led by gay escorts, you're going back and forth. It's very difficult to really hold on to someone who seems unstable, who seems spiritually, mentally clueless. Very difficult. Very, very difficult.
People call me narcissistic and big-headed and arrogant, but you can't be mad at me because I know who I am.
Yeah, but that don't mean you have a right to be arrogant about who you are because you've already shown who you are. Now you're talking something aspirational. You've already shown who you is. You know what I'm saying? You can't figure out who the hell, what kind of man you like. You're easy to flip. You're easily influenced. You get with fuck boys that don't even right? And then you on top of that, you say all of your decisions was divinely guided. I'm lost, y'all.
I am the blood Reina.
What?
I am. This is in my blood. This is.
You the blood Reina? You the blood Reina. Since when, Shawty? It sounds like you got a problem with really understanding who you really are, right? You're either Velvet, Nature Girl, something. You're Gabriella. You're something else, and now you want to be known as Blood Reina. You didn't know that? I'm Blood Reina. I know I never used that before, but that's who I am. I wasn't Blood Reina with Nature Boy. He would never let me call myself Blood Reina, and I wouldn't, because that's Nature Boy. I mean, come on, hello. But I'm Blood Reina now, and I want you to understand me as that. I am Blood, and I am Reina. I know the word blood is in English, and the Reina is in Spanish. And I know Blood Reina is a fictional character somewhere again that I'm trying to fit myself into. Just like Nature Boy thought he was Tahuti. She thinks she Blood Reina. Well, Tahuti wasn't really fictional, but Blood Reina is some random shit. You're queen of the blood. Is that what's going on? You're the blood queen. That sounds very Dracula-ish to me. Okay, you the Blood Reina, huh? You the blood queen, huh? That sounds pretty vampire-ish to me. You know what I mean? If you ask a brother like me, calling yourself a blood queen sounds like you really like to get yourself some blood. You like to get yourself some blood.
This is who I am. And I'm never going to be anything other than that. And everybody who tries to keep me out of my queendom, who tries to push and shun me like I'm just a regular ass girl or whatever.
Yeah, you're probably not even a regular ass girl. You got regular ass girls, and then you got little ass velvets, right? Who disown their parents, who reject a supposedly divine bloodline. That ain't no regular girl. That's less than that. You go out here, right? You get hit on by some weirdo dude. Yeah, you fight back as you should, but you lie to the people. You spread nonsense. That's not what a regular girl does. Two different baby daddies. Okay, you got us there. Maybe that's a regular girl. I don't know. That's not even a fair statement. So I'm not gonna, XYZ. You're not gonna treat me like I'm a regular girl. Ain't nobody trying to push you away from your queendom. You exemplify the type of schizo type of people out here who believe they're queens no matter what they're wearing, no matter what they're saying, or if they're swearing. You got people who really think they're queens no matter what type of dudes they already slept with. You got women out here who, in their own mind and in their own tunnel vision, swear that they're divine. And ain't nothing you could say. So, no, we're not going to push you away. We're going to allow you to speak. We're going to allow you to go ahead and dig your own tunnel, dig your own grave, fuck up everything on your own, just like Nature Boy did. Because they're dumb. Because they're dumb.
Whatever the case may be, there's something that's coming to you that you can't even fathom.
Oh, boy. Oh, now, did y'all hear that? There's something coming. She's starting to sound like that Caribbean lady who got caught out there for being some sort of on telephone tarot card reader. They'll be like, oh, Lord of mercy. I can tell by the tone of your voice. Something is coming at you. Lord of mercy. Something. What's that woman's name? Everything they touch fails. Right? Everything that they touch. Because why? They are, whether she likes it, they are instruments of white supremacy. They are. Because that's why they are instruments of white supremacy out here trying to confuse people.
You can't even know, so be careful who you disrespect and disregard because you don't know the rank that they have in the spiritual realm. This is why I don't go around dealing and treating anybody any kind of way. If you have ever met me, anything that you have ever gotten from me was love. Let a motherfucker drop something in my chat right now. Come up in my chat right now. We can go live together. If you think that I have not ever offered you love, anything I have ever done in my life has always been from pure love.
Also, from pure stupidity. All right? Pure stupidity. And I guess the two can operate the same, right? In her mind, she could be saying she did it for love. Pure love. Every time she went back to CarbonNation, it was pure love. You know what I'm saying? It was pure love. She sat down there and slept with somebody she don't know. That's pure love. Some other dude came on and said that she was giving him head out of the blue, threw him off guard, because that was the queen. That was Velvet giving him head. And she did it out of love, probably, right? Or stupidity, right? Stupidity, y'all.
So I'm not gonna allow people to come into my life and because they feel different or they have another perception of who they think I'm supposed to be or whatever the case may be, I'm not gonna allow that to deter me from my purpose.
It won't deter you from your purpose. It would add color to your purpose. I mean, I know right here you're pretty much directing these comments to your older sister. I understand you guys try to kill a couple of birds with one video, and you're talking about your older sister right now, who's pretty much put you all the way on blast. And you have to fight back and say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to do anything. Licking on women's cats.
My purpose is to be here for you. Is to be an example.
Oh, hell no. But what if we reject your ass? Are you going to be the narcissist that insists on pressing yourself on us? What if we reject your advances? You're doing this for us. We ain't asked for it, right? The student must be ready in order to get a teacher, and the student must look at the teacher to think you motherfuckers is the right teacher. What if we reject your silly ass? You just foisting yourself on us. What I'm doing, and I'm here for you, damn it. The same people you're telling to get off your live, same people you're saying to block you. That's not how it works. If you're really here for us, then you're here for people who are trying to criticize you too. If you're really here for us, you would take the criticism and understand it. You would get some understanding, shout it.
For you. My whole life is an example for you.
What? I don't need you. I got a mother. She was sharp as hell. You know what I mean? There's so many sharp women out here, sharp men. We don't need someone who worshiped the devil to tell us anything about life, about trauma. Because you got to work on yourself, shawty. You ain't ready for us. You ain't ready for us.
So that we can elevate up out of this muck, the system, the government, whatever it is that you want to call it. I'm not worrying about these people. I am here for my people. That's the difference. I'm not worrying about anything. I don't have anything to worry about. I'm good. I'm worried about, I'm not even worried. It's not even a worry for me. I am here for my people.
We don't want you, right? Let's say it together. We don't want you. We are not your people. We don't want you. Are you going to keep pressing? Are you going to keep insisting? Are you going to keep trying to get our number? Are you going to shoot us if we don't give you our number? This is giving toxic masculinity right here. This is giving toxic masculinity. Right, ladies? Imagine a dude just rolling up on you on a subway train. Imagine a dude approaching you on the street saying, bitch, I'm here for you. I gave up. I came all out here to talk to you, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? I'm here for you. And she's like, but I don't want you. I don't want you. I didn't ask for you. And then you want to insist, can I get your number though? I'm here for you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be an example for you. You won't even let me. No, get the fuck out of my face. You stink. Okay? Number one, you stink. And there's nothing about you that could ever represent me, right? We don't need no demon worshipers leading us anywhere. That's the type of shit that velvets do.
I love you. I care about you.
No, you don't.
I want to see you.
You don't care about me. You try to tell me to block myself. You don't care about me. You're telling me to get the fuck if I don't agree. That's not caring for me. That's flipping me the bird. That's not caring. You don't even know how to care for people. You don't even know how to love people, let alone lead people to some greater world as you sit there two babies, two different baby daddies that were both irresponsible pieces of shit. Nothing like your father. So now you've given your daughter something that you didn't even have. Your daughters have no father to choose right now, thanks to yous.
Will be in your queendom, in your kingdom. I want to see us rise. I want to see us elevate. You mad at me because I want to see us rise?
Are you dumb? You were mad at us because we wanted to see your silly ass rise. Y'all see how this works? Are you dumb? Right? What you thought we were feeling you? Nigga, you is a munch. You's a munch.
You don't want to rise?
We don't want you having nothing to do with our look. You made dudes rise enough. You know what I mean? You made enough dudes rise already, lady. The last thing you should be worrying about is somebody's rising. The last thing you should be worried about is somebody's rising, right?
You don't want to become better than what you are right now?
You didn't for 5 years. We good out here. We solid. We don't need, again, no demon worshiper. We don't need no demon toe sucker. We don't need no demon cum guzzler. Right? We don't need you. Right? We don't need another demon. We don't need another lost soul. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome.
Now you want to continue to work a 9 to 5 job where you putting your energy in things that no longer serves you, that doesn't quite.
Why you in my pockets? Why you looking at my pockets? Why you worried about me? Look at you. Well, somebody on my chat said you living off of government assistance, government paid for housing. You're not ready. You're not ready to do any of this shit. You can't judge us. We got our own crib. We paying rent. Yeah, the 9 to 5 is solid, right? Some of us is working from home. Imagine getting your silly ass a job working from home. Imagine that. Our 9 to 5 kept us from falling for fuck boys as a leader. Our 9 to 5 and our spirit kept us from disowning our parents and our bloodline. You don't know where we rank in the spiritual realm either. You don't know where we rank in the spiritual realm. But we know where you rank because it doesn't matter what bloodline you got. You disowned your bloodline. That puts your rank way below 0. That means you are dirty, filthy, no real ranking. You know what I mean? No real ranking. Right, y'all? Come on now.
Serve you at all? You want to continue to cure yourself? You want to continue to put your children in positions where it's hurting them? You don't even realize that what you feeding your child, what you exposing your child to, everything that you got going on for your child is hurting them.
Now, do you have a hidden camera in everybody's home? How do you know everything is hurting them? Or are you just trying to scare people? Do you have a hidden camera in everybody's home that has kids? Are you like Santa Claus now, where you checking, you know who's being naughty and nice? Is that what's going on? You Santa Claus, shorty? You know who's naughty or nice. You know who's being good or bad.
It's not helping them. And I know that because I was a product once of my environment.
Oh my God.
I know that.
Where her kids at? Her kids sleep? What's going on right now?
This is not shade on my parents and what they did and didn't do or anything like that. It just is shining light on the fact that we need to become better people. The black specimen, the melanated specimen, whether you are a man or a woman, has so much power. We don't even understand because we have been indoctrinated.
You gotta tell us shit. We know our power. We with the 9 to 5, we know our power. You just spent 5 years not knowing your power. You just spent 5 years forfeiting your power, Velvet. You just spent 5 years opening up and giving up your power. And you just spent 5 years suppressing, repressing your power, allowing your power to be oppressed by a gay escort of 10 years. And you think you can come up and talk to us like that? We're ahead of you spiritually, no matter what ancestry you got. You need to be following us, motherfucker. That's just how it is. Tell the truth, y'all. Shame the
And
devil.
born into a society and taught to live backwards. Literally. We're taught to worship the white melanated person. We're taught to worship these and idol all of these different things like working and houses and cars and all of these things. None of these things have spiritual rank. These are actually very low vibration. These are the bare minimum necessities that you need to survive as a human. This is your birthright. Having a car, having a house, being able to pay for your food.
Sorry. Having a car, having a house, it's not really a birthright.
And all of that, that's a bare minimum of a necessity that you need as a human. What you need to be worried about is your spiritual ethnic.
Your spiritual ethnic? Were you worried about your spiritual ethnic? No, you sold your spiritual ethnic up the river. You crucified your spiritual ethic. Right? You crucified your spiritual ethnic. You say ethnic. Let me just replay that. The fuck is a spiritual ethnic?
Bare minimum of a necessity that you need as a human. What you need to be worried about is your spiritual ethnic.
What?
You need to be worried about what are you doing spirit in the house, being able to pay for your food and all of that. That's a bare minimum of a necessity that you need as a human.
All right.
What you need to be worried about is your spiritual ethnic. How we are born is to elevate. You need to be worried about what you need to be worried about is your spiritual ethnic. You need what you need
What?
to be worried about is your spiritual ethnic. You need to be worried about what are you doing. How we are born is to elevate us into our going spiritually to grow. The reason why we are going spiritually, you need to be what you need to be worried about is your spiritual ethnic. You need to be your spiritual ethnic. You need to be worried about your spiritual ethnic. You need to be worried your spiritual ethnic. You need to be worried about what are you doing spiritually to grow. The reason why we are born is to elevate us into our spiritual development. We are here for a shift in consciousness. We are here to elevate in consciousness, not to sit idle and worship things that are actually below us, things that are actually has nothing to do with us. Rather, do you feel me? Do you understand what I'm saying? If y'all understand what I'm saying, please drop some diamonds in the chat.
See, you're not gonna get that. You ain't gonna get no diamonds in the chat, shawty. You ain't gonna get no diamonds in the chat. I should be looking at the chat. It shouldn't be no diamonds. Because if you're falling for this, you are one of the dumbest motherfuckers on this planet. If you are following and supporting, encouraging this crap, this spiritual ethnic, if you are supporting this spiritual ethnic, you are lost. Also, if you are the one that put diamonds in the chat, diamonds in the chat, diamonds in the chat, then you are lost. There's something wrong with your spiritual ethnic. Straight up.
Because I'm making this imperative because this is what I'm here for. I'm not here to be an example to other single mothers on how to still be complacent and dependent on a system that don't give a fuck about them and their children. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to teach people how to live backwards. I'm not here to be an example to show people and
You're not here to teach people how to live backwards? What were you doing the last 5 years of CarbonNation? Teaching motherfuckers how to live backwards. Showing motherfuckers how to live backwards. Showing people that evil can be somebody's preference. You were showing people that, dysfunction and abuse can come off as divine correction. What the fuck? Your spiritual ethnic is fucked up.
and be this example for people on how to stay stuck in their traumas, how to stay stuck in the challenges that they're in. I'm here to show us how to move past it.
Oh hell nah. You ain't moved past your upbringing. You ain't moved past how you were raised, your father and your mother. You ain't moved past the carbonation thing and the energy and the power hungriness. You are not qualified, young lady. And I'm tired of unqualified people trying to qualify themselves for us, for the people. Black folks are always targets and subjects for somebody else's exploitation, somebody else's spiritual games. Black folks are always the victims of somebody else's spiritual ethnic. And I'm tired of it.
To get over it, how to conquer it, because we are the queens and kings of this earth.
Oh, hell no.
I don't care what nobody told you.
She does a lot of not caring what nobody told us, and she don't care what nobody says.
I don't even care if you don't believe that yourself. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but the fact that you are telling us something, it registers in our mind as something that probably ain't true. Something probably ain't nothing you really thought about. Something probably ain't nothing you could really show any proof about. When you tell us something, we question it because you it has nothing to do with what you're saying, right? Because someone else saying the same thing could be making sense. But you talking this shit now, it goes through one ear out the other. We like whatever, shorty. Use a demon cum guzzler. You know what I mean? You are a devil worshiper, a demon. You put a demon on the pedestal, shorty.
That you are a queen, you are a king in your own right, and you have every right and birthright to be.
Ain't that funny, Fundivi? Y'all see what she wrote in the chat right there? Because you got these people who are hypocrites, right? The Bible talks about hypocrites. That's another reason why she's not going to be Christian, right? Bible talks about hypocrites all the time because they tell you one thing. You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing that. But in her own actions, she lays the groundwork. She shows you. Her behavior is the proof that she doesn't know what she's talking about. Her behavior is proof that she don't really know what she's talking about.
That king and queen. And if I have to be the example, if I had to suffer, I have, and I will continue to suffer for the sake of my people.
Oh, for the sake of your people that you don't have, right? You just claiming people because they in your chat. What people are you claiming? Your subscribers? What people are we talking about? People who donated, the dummies? Other broken spirits, broken homes, broken domes? I am here for you. I'm gonna do it for you. It's my purpose, it's my passion. My purpose is my passion. And I'm gonna give you my passion and my purpose, even if you don't want me to do it on purpose. I'm gonna give you my passion, I'm gonna give you my purpose, give you my passion, I'm gonna give you my purpose. What the fuck is that, nigga?
My dad had a business and he named it For the People. I am here for my people. I am not here for any other reason. I am here for you because I love you.
You don't even love yourself. So how do you think you're going to benefit from loving me? Oh, it's because you believe that there are masses of people, especially that might watch your channel, I guess, who are lost, who are confused, just like you are. You believe masses of people don't know nothing, and you want to be the beacon of light, right? Man, your light faded a long time ago, Shawty.
And I love you because I love me. At some point,
Uh-oh. Is that reflection talk? I love you because I love me? But you haven't even proven that basic part yet. You know we got a problem in our community of a lack of self-love. You do know that, right? And you do know that a lot of sisters in particular are riddled with that lack of self-love. You know what I mean? You see the eyelashes. You see the clip-on or the paste-on little fake baby hair. You see the makeup. You see the hair and the wig. So much is here on this earth for you to be something else, ladies. For you to love some other image of yourself, ladies, not yourself. So you got to prove you love yourself first, shorty. And unfortunately, we saw you for 5 years loving a gay escort more. We saw you for 5 years worshiping a gay porn star more than yourself, more than your father, more than your ancestors with all their feathers.
the time, I thought like, dang, I'm allowing people to abuse me. I'm allowing people to reject me. I'm allowing people to just walk all over me. And
Yeah, but no queen would do that. No queen would do that. So that's how you know you weren't a queen this whole time. You haven't been. You weren't connected to no universe. You were clueless. You were like a fruit, far from the tree, with no real connection to the root. That's the real deal here, y'all, right?
and do all of these things to me. And I thought for a
Hit
quick
that like
second
button.
that I didn't love myself. But that was never the case. That was never the case. Why do you think I'm able to shine the way that I am right now?
You're shining? Ladies and gentlemen, I need to know, is she really shining now? What is she? Is it because she's what? Is she shining? Let's see. Let me show you. Is she shining, y'all?
Why do you think I'm able to love on myself the way that I do right now? Because I just switched up my priorities. I always love myself. I always loved myself. I
Say it again.
always wanted the best for myself. And I always loved everybody around me. And I always wanted everybody around me to have better than what we all were offered. I am right now. Why do you think I'm able to love on myself the way that I do? And I thought for a quick second that I didn't love myself. But that was never the case. That was never the case. Why do you think I'm able to shine the way that I am right now? Why do you think I'm able to love on myself the way that I do right now? Because I just switched up my priorities. I always loved myself. I always loved myself.
One more time.
I always wanted the best for myself. And I always loved everybody around me. And I always wanted everybody around me to have better than what we all were offered. So for me, I switched up my priorities. And I said, I can't allow people to treat me less than what I am. And if you feel some type of way, that's on you. That don't have nothing to do with me. If you are triggered by my confidence in who I am, baby, you need to go and be on some.
Baby. No, we know that confidence with air quotes can be performed. We know that confidence can be performed. We don't know nothing about your confidence other than Nature Boy took it from you.
Somebody else's life, because if what I'm saying and doing with myself is triggering you, you need to take a deep look in the mirror and act.
It's not triggering me, it's giggling me. Like it's making me giggle. It's making us laugh. I guess you can call that a trigger, but it's funny.
Ask yourself, do you
And it's sad because I love myself.
love you? Because if you loved you, you would understand what I'm saying right now, and everything that I'm saying you would receive as pure love. You wouldn't receive.
No, that's not how you bring your point across. This is another mistake of the rookie dummies in the spiritual community. A mistake. You don't sit here and say, believe me. And if you don't, you are the problem with loving yourself. That's classic language of a demon, of a devil. Believe what I'm saying. And if you don't, it's you who has the problem.
Receive it any other type of way. You would understand what I'm saying right. You would understand what I'm saying. You need confidence and who I am, baby, you need to go and be on somebody else's live. Because if what I'm saying and doing with myself is triggering you, you need to take a deep look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you love you? Because if you loved you, you would understand what I'm saying right now, and everything that I'm saying you would receive as pure love. You wouldn't receive it any other type of way.
Yeah, well, I love myself crazy, man. As a matter of fact, I have loved myself probably, yeah, for the longest time, man. It's so much that I didn't join no cult. I didn't join no fraternity like I could have. I didn't join nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because I loved myself. And look at this shit.
But because you are indoctrinated, because you have been exposed to things that you shouldn't have been exposed to, because you still eating all that poison, because you still have your priorities fucked up, you look at me like I'm somebody that just is, oh my God, she thinking too much of herself. I'm a queen. I'm put the crown on my head.
Look at that. She can't even control her tongue. It's not. Do you know how many people in psych wards? Do you know how many homeless people? Do you know how many people really think that they are queens? There's a lot of people, Velvet, in psych wards that believe they are Queen Elizabeth, as a matter of fact. They believe that they are already a rebirth of some other queen that happened in the past. There are a lot of delusional people who believe things in their own mind, and they convince and they repeat it and they repeat it in their own mind. Just like this culture repeats lies in the media till you believe it.
If I don't put the crown on my head, I definitely can't rely on you to put that crown.
Why do you need a crown on your head? Right? When you die, you can't bring a crown with you, right? That's why she probably wants to grow her hair out, because then people would have to shave her hair off to take her crown down, right? Is that how it works?
Crown on my head, because you will never put it on me, because you can't even put your own crown on.
What about a ring on your finger? What about a ring on your finger? Which should come first? A crown on your head or a ring on your finger, right? As in terms of marriage, before the babies come, right? We believe you didn't love yourself when you had sex with both of your baby fathers. And if you don't believe what we're saying, then that means you don't love yourself, right? That means you don't really love yourself, right? We are out here saying that you are crazy, lost, spiritually confused, and part of the problem in the spiritual trash sector of the conscious community. And if you don't believe what I just said, Velvet, then you don't love yourself.
I was on the whole fucking time.
Stop lying. You can't keep walking around talking about some invisible crown, shawty, because we're going to have to put a stop to that. Nature Boy urinated on whatever crown you had on your head. Nature Boy took a shit on whatever crown you thought was on your head. CarbonNation and what you did as a queen of CarbonNation bastardized and was a blasphemy to whatever crown you got on your head, shouted.
People say, Val, don't let your crown fall. Don't let your crown slip. Don't let the da-da-da-da-da. My crown always been on. My crown has always been on my head.
Mm-hmm.
Always been on my head. You know what the fucking craziest part about it all?
What?
You see this hat right here? You know what I had to go through to get this fucking hat? You know what this hat is?
I don't care.
That's my father. Right there.
Uh-oh.
This hat right here was my father.
Uh-oh.
Was at my father's funeral.
Was
His
that
energy is L.
What does that mean? You're showing us the hat, but what are we supposed to take from that? Come on.
R.M. Larry Ronald Marquez. That is my father. No coincidence, that's directly over my eye.
Oh my God. Is she serious right now? She sat there on purpose so that her eye, which she pointed here, is directly under her father's hat. May he rest in peace. This is weird. This is the hat up here on the wall that I'm pointing at. And she's saying, because of how she's situated, the third eye is right up under her father's hat. And she's saying that that's deep.
Come on now, everything happened for a reason.
What
Then
else?
this picture comes
What else?
to me. Beautiful picture. Shout out to the artist. This picture was made for me, and I intuitively put the picture right there, and it's looking dead at my father.
It's not really looking at your father. It's looking under your. This picture is looking at her right now. Looking at her. The picture's not looking up at her father. The picture's looking at her, and she did it intuitively, and it's supposed to mean something, y'all.
Me. My crown has always been on my head.
Oh, so the hat is like a crown. All right.
Period. And I'm
Jayla Mink, we got people here in my chat who says you're using your deceased father for sympathy.
not gonna allow anybody to come into my life and think anything less of me. And if you do, baby, you could go.
What if we do go? What will we be leaving? If we do go, baby. If we do go, baby. What will we be leaving? What will we be missing if we do leave your life? If we decide, hey, you know what, you might want to get some therapy or whatever. Oh, lemon-headed girl.
You don't have to stay here. You don't have to rest here. You don't have
to rest. So it's sounding like to me, her ex-boyfriend or the loser she was dating last, this loser who had her still riding the bus. You know what I mean? This loser she was dating, and one day she came online while dating that loser. She was complaining about her bus ride with her kids. So she must be sending a message to all the men that wanted to let her know, you know, it ain't exactly like you a real queen for real, for real. I mean, come on. You got some nastiness between your legs.
to hear me, listen to me, vibe with me, share a space with me. You don't have to, baby, because I have better things to do in my life. I have better people to meet. I have better experience to
baby
live out, and I have things that I need to be teaching other people that do see me, that do.
No, you don't need to be teaching anything. You are, in fact, a horrible teacher. You are, in fact, a horrible student. You know what I mean? You have nothing to teach. You're not qualified to be a teacher. You're a student of the devil. That's the only teacher you have on your resume. A devil, a demon. And we're worried about all that. You dated a demon and gobbled up his semen. And now you're spewing some of that same nonsense.
Do care about me and that do understand who I am. And they're going to be enlightened. If you don't want to be enlightened, you can go.
No, only thing you could possibly do is endarken, okay? The only thing you could possibly do in the spiritual realm at this point is endarken. You ain't enlightening anything. And if anybody is enlightened by you, damn, woe to those motherfuckers. I say, whoa to those motherfuckers.
Period. And on another note, my dad had been coming to me and I wasn't even realizing it. Check this out. I believe that we like to talk about ancestry, right? Ancestry, I feel like it's in our blood. We are the ancestor. We are the walking ancestor, quite literally, especially in today's now in time, because so many millenniums of ages have passed us by so much, and so much fuckery has been done to the point where our blood line, the blood that rests within us, that's a literally a direct connection to your genome, and your genome is literally your cosmic makeup, and your cosmic makeup is literally the blueprint and structure of who you are as an entire entity. You
shut up, literally.
A direct connection to your genome, and your genome is literally your cosmic makeup, and your cosmic makeup is literally has been done to the point where our blood line, the blood that rests within literally connection to your genome. Your genome is literally your cosmic makeup, and your cosmic makeup is literally the blueprint and structure of who you are as an entire entity. You have things attached to your genome that you can't even see in your physical body.
Really? The thing about it is she really thinks she's teaching something, y'all. And this is actually sad. Look what Annalise says. God help her. She just needs to know that she should be quiet and stop talking for at least 3 years. Don't talk anywhere at all for at least 3 years. And do a very deep, I'm talking about do a very deep spiritual cleansing. None of this jumping in the shower, slap some pert on your body, little bit of water and leave, okay? That's not the type of spiritual cleansing that we're talking about, okay? You don't just jump in the shower with your dirty ass, put a little bit of pert up under your underarms, and then little water and then walk out. That's not a deep cleaning.
Literally.
And please, thank y'all for pressing that like button. That's really all we ask.
You can't even see it on your physical body. You can't see it in your physical reality because it's more spiritual than it is physical. And so with these things being the case, with this being the case,
is she teaching right now?
We are now our walking mothers and fathers that were once here and living in a righteous way that we need to get back to.
Yeah, all this stuff about ancestors is great, but you rejected all your ancestors and you elevated a gay escort of 10 years in their place.
So my dad, once he transitioned, my dad had been coming to me in little ways. Like, everything that I do is intuitive. Nothing that I do is premeditated. Everything.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying because you're always lying and you're always pre-planning. That's what Nature Boy taught you, to sort of plan ahead, put things in place, figure things out, and still with your horrible plans, you still lie.
That I do is intuitive, and sometimes I feel bad because I feel like I need to be apologizing for certain things, but I don't apologize about shit because I am right.
Was it intuitive when you disrespected your parents while a slave of Nature Boy? Was that intuitive when you basically put your bloodline on a shelf and you elevated Nature Boy? Was that intuitive?
I am in my purpose. So my dad, I remember, y'all remember the pictures that I posted with this hat on? I had this hat on and I had the paintbrush in my hand. I did that intuitively. And I was like, let me take a picture with this hat, like, you know? So I take the pictures and I ain't think nothing of it. I posted it. I'm like, cool. Then I do the photo shoot with the white and the red. Remember that?
No.
About to blow your mind.
Trust me, nothing you say could ever blow my mind. Nothing you say could ever blow my mind. Mainly because I'm going to think you're lying.
I took those pictures with those red roses and all of that white that I had on, remember?
No.
My dad, y'all didn't know this, my father was buried in an all-white suit with a red tie and I think a red handkerchief maybe.
What's that face mean? What's that face right there mean? With this eye sort of leaning closer to the nose. What does that face right here mean? Hello, I am queen. I just told you a story, so you know, that means I'm a queen. Hello.
I did that intuitively. I took those pictures intuitively. Literally. It was all in the moment.
Noel Trent says, message to Velvet. When your biological mother tells you that you need therapy, take her advice. No shade to Mom, but her own mother had 2 baby daddies before having Velvet. And she wasn't even at the funeral of Pops Marquez. So someone must have told her what he was wearing. I believe, wasn't she at the funeral though? I think she was at the funeral. I don't know. What do you think, Jayla Mink?
So the fact that these experiences are happening to me, it's reminding me.
I was supposed to go to that funeral, and from what I was told, Velvet was gonna be there, but I don't know if she ended up showing up.
Do you know who you are? Are you in your purpose? Do you
Mind your business.
know what? No wonder why everybody keeps sharing that picture of me in that red with those red roses. My father's spirit is all over it. All over it. My dad might have not been here for me in all of the ways that he should, but right when I needed him is when he was there for me. Right when I needed him the most. The most sensitive time in my life was when my dad was really there for me, and that moment outshines any other moment that he has never been there for me. And that is all that I need as his daughter, to know that he loves me. I don't care if he didn't do the things that he should have done when he was. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is that when right before my dad transitioned, he told me and he showed me more than he can ever tell me that he loved me, that he saw me. And this is why I cry so much when I think about my dad, and I miss him, because I know for a fact that my dad knew who the fuck I was right before he transitioned. My dad was trying to acquire 14 acres so that I can pursue the mission and the purpose that I was set out here to do. See, he saw way beyond a fucking nature boy.
It's unfortunate that you didn't see way beyond Nature Boy. And that's why we believe your spirit is in a worse position than you think. Shout out to A100. Shout out to 100 Racing, who says Velvet did not go to the funeral. And here she is speaking about what he wore in the casket.
He saw beyond that shit. He might not have understood. He might have made bad decisions as far as, like, certain things that went on in the process, but he knew exactly who I was. He was trying to set me up. And you know what happened? Certain things weren't established and put into place before he transitioned, to the point where the enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy. You know who taught me that? You know who taught me about the devil?
Nature
You know
Boy.
who taught me about the devil energy coming to only kill, steal, and destroy?
Nature Boy.
My father.
If your father taught you about the devil to kill and destroy, why didn't you learn and see the devil in Nature Boy before you're a baby with him? This is what I'm beginning to see. It seems like the father was always solid, and she never really, I don't know.
Nobody ever taught me that. Nobody ever sat there and told me, Vel, the devil, he always told me that the devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy. Sometimes when things happen to us, we might not understand why. We might not understand why, but these things are happening for a reason. And so I lost, not even lost, because it was all transformed and given all back to me. But in that moment, I felt like when he transitioned, I lost the very person, the only person who truly understood me, who truly saw me. And if a man can't give me the love in his way that my father gave to me, if I don't feel like the man who I'm supposed to be with loves me how my father loved me.
Yeah, but why are you putting all that pressure on a man who doesn't share your DNA, who's not trying to make up for anything? Why are you trying to compare? Why are you trying to put all that pressure on the dude? I mean, even we fellas know, some fellas know that they're out here looking for their mama and their girlfriends. Some men out here, they're just looking for their mother. They're just looking for their mother. And even Mike Tyson had to learn a lesson. Right there with Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie had to learn a lesson from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was trying to break down to Lil Boosie that, you have these problems with women because they can't love you like your mother loved you. They can't love you like your mama loved you, right? So that's when Lil Boosie realized and learned a lesson that he's having these issues with women because he wants those women to love him like his mama loved him. And here she is talking about needing a man to love her like a father does. No, she doesn't even know how to choose a man either.
And better, because a father's love is different from a husband's love. Let's get that understood. Let's clear that up. A father's love is different from a husband's love. But if my husband doesn't make me feel like how my dad made me feel right before he transitioned, that's how I know I'm not supposed to be with him.
Yeah, but that sounds crazy. Your father has a duty. Your father has an obligation. Your father's not here trying to be romantic with you and have a baby with you. Your father has to do these things, or, he wouldn't be a boyfriend or a man interested in you. Y'all got to develop something enough for him to care.
If I feel rejected by a man, if I feel like I'm being pushed to the side by a man and treated like an option to a man, that's how I know I'm not supposed to be with him.
Yeah, but how long does it take for you to leave that person? You know, you're sicker than people in my chat thought.
And with that being said, I appreciate what my dad did for me, what he did do for me, because not a lot of people had their fathers in their lives to fight for them to that extent.
Thank you,
When
Anna
I
Lee.
was 16 years old, my culture, the reason why I call myself Creole femininity is because, and I really honestly don't care about how nobody look at this, right? The culture that I came from, Creole culture, is surrounded by Indian tradition.
Shut that Creole shit up, Indian tradition shit up, says Nature Boy. Shut up, shut all that Creole indigenous, shut that shit up. Don't talk about your father around me. I'm your father, motherfucker. Don't talk about your ancestors around me. I'm your ancestors, says Nature Boy.
Others, we're shamans. We play the drums. We play the flute. We are close to the earth. This is what we do. This is who we are. We fight for our tribe. We fight for our people. We fight to keep our family together. This is the Creole lineage. When I was 16 years old, I was brought up in that culture. I was in if you know about the Mardi Gras massing Indians, this was just a representation of our ancestors. This was a ritual for gratitude and praise to our ancestors and what they did for us through spirit, not physically. I'm talking about through spirit to keep.
Don't come over here talking about all that ancestor shit. Give me a feather. I'll wear a feather, though. I'll be your chief, bitch. But don't just come up here talking to me about some ancestor bloodline, Mardi Gras bullshit. I'm Nature Boy. Shut the fuck up or roll out. Okay, you are my higher self. You are my master teacher, Nature Boy, and I only owe you for everything in my mind. Thank you, Nature Boy. I will never speak about my ancestors in front of you again as long as you promise to wear a feather.
Keep our people sovereign. These Indians have a ritual that they do to celebrate our ancestry, our bloodline,
Our bloodline, the bloodline you abandoned, the bloodline and the rituals you clearly forgot, the bloodline, the connection, and all that you trying to run back to now. Imagine your girlfriend, somebody telling you, fuck you, bitch ass nigga, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. I got a man. I got a man. I'm happy with my man. And then she comes running back to you, talking about, you see, I ain't even know what I done had when I had you. I fucked around and see how it goes.
culture, our people. And so I was brought up in that. I was an Indian. I was sewing these suits.
You were sewing the suits. Now you were sewing the suits. That tells me right there you are seriously connected. You were sewing some suits.
Was massing. I was doing these things. I personally was not ever able to fully come into my own worship and ritual when it came to these things because of certain barriers and obstacles, but I was a part of it. I sewed the chief's costume.
Wow, she sewed the chief's costume, y'all. If that doesn't tell you of her rank in the spiritual realm, I don't know what would.
Me, Velvet Gabriela Marquez, I sold these costumes. I put in that work. You know how many times I done pricked myself with a needle?
I don't give a fuck about your finger you pricked with a needle. It's shit that happens when you sewing shit. It's cost of business. What the fuck is you talking about? What'd you do with the blood? Did you put that blood that you pricked from your finger? Did you put it on a paper and put it back on a wall? Connected to the hat? Connected to the painting and the artistry?
Trying to sew things for the chief. You know how many times I had to sit there and watch my father and the other men that was around my father prime mirable around the costume and take the glue gun. You know how many times I was
She said something about Mirable. Was she meant marble? I don't know.
there prime mirable around the costume and take the glue gun. You know how many times I was around for that shit?
Who cares?
So much so to the point where when I was 16 years old, right before, well, when I was 15 actually, my dad, so every man, when you are brought up in this culture, every man of the household is considered the chief of his family, right? But then when you bring the community together and you bring the families together, there is one chief, and then there's a council of the chief, right? My dad was the chief of his tribe, his family, and then he was the, what do you call it, like the next in line, the literally the direct connection to the chief. He was the next chief in line. People went to my father for different things, and I honestly don't care about how nobody feel about this, because I watched my dad be in these ceremonies. I watched him be in the community. I watched him be that go-to person if you couldn't get to the chief. My dad was the person who directed you to the chief if you needed to be directed to the chief, if he couldn't help you or if something wasn't making sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't understand what point you're making. You sewed a suit. You were there watching your father a lot. And, the chief was the main chief of the family and the tribe. And got to go through this chief just to get to the next chief. But what we're wondering is, if you've had all this great situation, what led you to the gay escort? If you had all this feathery background, why would you abandon that for a fraud like North Carolina said? It sounds all lovely now that your father is in jail. It sounds all lovely now. You're talking about your bloodline all of a sudden, right? It sounds lovely. But at the same time, your bloodline and your ancestors over there talking about, look at this trick. Look at this trick. We were telling her not to even go to that nature boy thing. We, her bloodline, were telling her to leave every day. We were visiting her just like she said her father came to her after he died. We, her ancestors, her bloodline, we came to her every single day of that cult. We told her to leave. She kept rejecting us, her bloodline, for a fuck boy. She kept sweeping us up under a rug, her bloodline. For a gay escort of 10 years, she took us, her bloodline, and threw it in the trash, the garbage. And she called this gay escort her new home.
So, because of the family dynamic being this way, and every man has a chief of his own family, or is the chief of his own family, there is a ranking. Your children that you have start to take on the rank of the.
Yeah, and it's usually the boys, right? The boys get the ranking. But I may be wrong. Real One Knows says she's building to her audience on how she had different belief system and how it has led her to her choices, allowed with her mixed in trauma.
Culture of being an Indian or being a native of the land, right? You have spy boys, you have flag boys, you have kings, you have queens, you have, well, not even kings, but you have chiefs, and you have chieftesses, and you have derivatives of that. There is so many levels to it, right? When I was 16 years old, 15 years old, my dad never had a queen to stand by his side, or a chieftess to stand by his side. Maybe he felt that there was no woman worthy enough to become a chieftess, right? That he deemed to be chieftess. When I was 15 years old, literally, this was way.
Literally! This is what, 3 years before you joined CarbonNation? Didn't she join CarbonNation at age 18 or 19?
Way before CarbonNation, this was way before all
No,
of this shit
it's not
happened.
no way. It's not way before. It's just 3 years before.
When I was 15 years old, literally, this was way before CarbonNation, this was way before all of this shit happened. My dad came to me and he said, Vel, I want you to be queen, but you're not old enough yet. And I also, because we were facing financial hardships and stuff like that when I was a child, he wasn't able to generate my wear, my costume, as you would call it. He wasn't able to generate that for
The queen was supposed to be some other woman, right? But he chose his daughter?
me to usher me into the community as queen of our family. But my dad asked me to be queen. Not even asked me, he appointed me. My dad, no one knows this but me. No one was around when my dad appointed me to be queen.
Yeah, well, something like that. There should be a record of it. Something like that, an appointment to be queen, whatever. It's something that should be in the records. It's something that, should be written down somewhere. She was always groomed to be in a boss position. Interesting. Interesting.
Queen of our family. There is no coincidence why that happened. I carry that memory with me so much in my life. I constantly think about that. No wonder why I ended up in a community of people where I was appointed. This was no decision of mine. I didn't decide to be chiefess of CarbonNation. I didn't decide to be queen of Carbon.
No chiefess decides.
I didn't put myself in that throne. I was handpicked and selected.
And now you want to put yourself in another throne and call yourself a queen. But if your father did this part, is that normal in the culture? Is it normal for a man, a grown man, who's considered a chief? Is it normal for him to choose a daughter, the youngest daughter? Is that normal?
Because I am the royal matriarch.
The only reason you were a queen in CarbonNation is because you looked a certain way, right? You had a look, maybe sort of Asian-looking eyes that Nature Boy really likes, and he was playing a mental game just to see if he could take you, right? He gave you to Olmec. That's number one. He gave you, said you weren't even ready for him yet.
What I have in my blood, what I have inside of me is here to change the world.
Oh my God.
I am queen of my family, of my...
There you go. Make sure you said it right. You are queen of your family, and that's it.
My tribe. I am chiefess.
No, I don't know about no tribe. You're the queen of your family. Where are your tribe members? I want to talk to them.
And if anybody feels indifferent about that, congratulations.
It's like half of this video is her saying, if you don't agree, if anybody feels different, if you got a problem with that, if somebody out there is different, she spent a lot of time worried about people who don't agree. This is so weird.
Feeling different about that. I respect your opinion, but what I'm not gonna do is argue with you about who I am. When I clearly know who I am, when I clearly know the purpose that I have, and when
you are no different than any other mother who has children. You are the queen of that home, and that's it. Now, whether or not you have a tribe, that's what's in question. We would like to speak to your tribe members.
Clearly see my reality reverberating back to me, what it is that I need to prioritize and what I don't. So because that has been a part of my experiences as well, because that has been an experience of my purpose, or within my purpose, or whatever, however you want to say that, I know who I am. And I have been reactivated. I had to go within. After my challenge, I had to go within, and I had to truly tap into my own.
After your challenge, is that the word we're talking? Is that the word we're using now? She said, after my challenge. Which challenge? Is this the first time you left? The second time you left? The third time you left? Which challenge? What challenge? I guess the cult was your challenge. After your challenge and after you finally left.
Own power. I had to truly tap into my own heart space.
How'd you do that?
And unravel the trauma.
How did you do that?
Unravel the things that was holding.
How did you do that?
Me back from my queendom.
How did you do that?
And once I did that, once I prioritized what it was here that I needed to focus on, activation after activation after activation, things coming in my life activating me.
Things like what?
So much so to the point where I literally felt like I was being resuscitated back to life. Because
Literally.
after the trauma, I had positioned myself in a dormant state. My DNA had then become dormant because of the self and inner work that I needed to do to elevate to who I am and where I am today. And I wish it to be no other way. I don't want to change the hands of time. I understand every decision that I made. I respect every decision that I made. And moving forward, I'm learning how to be confident in myself, whether it's intuitive or not, because I have understood over the years, especially now in 2022, that everything that I did was right on time. It was
Everything you did was right on time. And someone mentioned her eyes keep moving to the left and the right. I'm gonna need a body language expert, right? Her eyes are all over the place.
divine, and it was guided by by the Most High.
I have heard that if you keep looking to the left, like you're looking into the sky or something like that, that's sort of a telltale sign that you're lying. But I don't know if that's true. And she definitely has been looking to her left a hell of a lot. Shout out to Crystal Healing, Vibrations.
Something that exceeds further than what I can only imagine right now in this moment. And so I take pride in who I am to uplift my people. I take pride in my kingdom, and I keep my crown on my head because I understand and I care about the rise of our people. I'm not only here to elevate myself, I'm here to elevate you. I'm here to be an example to you on how
You can't elevate nobody.
to elevate and how to rise. Anything that I touch at this point in my life turns to gold because
Do you know the value of gold?
I have a pure heart and I have nothing but pure love to give. And anybody who meet me, who come in contact with me, will experience that. Period. And I know that. And I stand 10 toes down in that. And I stand firm in that. And I'm confident in that because that's who I've always
This is just a video where she's practicing what it looks like to be or to sound confident. That's all.
been. And that's all I've ever been. I even still am giving love to the person who tried to destroy me and try to be this force in my life to, what do you say, be my demise. I still love that part of me that wants to kill me, wants to destroy me, wants to exilate me. I still have love in my heart for that. And if I have love in my heart
Exilate?
and try to be this force in my life to, what do you say,
Exilate?
be my demise. I still love that.
Nigga.
That part of me that wants to
She about to say, I still love that nigga.
kill me, wants to destroy me, wants to force in my life to, what do you say, be my demise. I still love that.
Nigga.
That part of me that wants to kill me, wants to destroy me, wants to exilate me. I still have.
She said, I still love that part of me that wants to kill me. I still love that part of me that wants to exilate me. I still love that part of me that's real spiritually ethnic. And I'm all about trying to exilate all you too.
Be my demise. I still love that.
Nigga.
That part of me that wants to kill me. What's in my life to, what do you say, giving love to the person who tried to destroy me and try to be this force in my life to, confident in that because that's who I've always been and that's all I've ever been. I even still am giving love to the person who tried to destroy me and try to be this force in my life to
exilate.
What do you say?
Exilate.
Be my demise.
Break it down, girl.
I still love that.
Nigga.
That part of me that wants to kill me, wants to destroy me, wants in my life to.
I still love that nigga.
what do you say, me, and try to be this confident in that.
I still love that nigga.
Always been, and that's all I've ever been.
I still love that nigga.
Still am giving love to the person who tried to destroy me.
I still love that nigga.
To be this force in my life to what do you say?
Exilate.
Be my demise. I still
love that nigga.
That part of me that wants to kill me, wants to destroy me, wants to exilate me. I still have love in my heart for that. And if I have love in my heart for that, you know I have love in my heart for people that I don't know that have never done me anything.
Exactly. We ain't never do you nothing. So why are you telling us to block ourselves if we think you're full of shit? We ain't never do you nothing. So why are you telling us to get the fuck away if we just don't disagree? It's almost like you don't really love us like you say. Now you over here trying to exilate us. Now you over here trying to use your spirituality ethnic on us. And it ain't working, shouty.
And I will move forward and I will walk forward in my purpose with my crown on my head. And if you don't like it, you can go be in a
I need to hear exilate.
My life to what do you say?
I need to hear exilate.
Meet me, who I am, to uplift my people.
Exilate.
I take pride in my kingdom and I keep my crown on my head because I understand and I care about the rise of our people. I'm not only here to elevate myself, I'm here to elevate you. I'm here to be an example to you on how to elevate and how to rise. Anything that I touch at this point in my life turns to gold because I have a pure heart and I have nothing but pure love to give. And anybody who meet me, who come in contact with me, will experience that. Period. And I know that. And I stand 10 toes down in that. And I stand firm in that. And I'm confident in that because that's who I've always been. And that's all I've ever been. I even still am giving love to the person who tried to destroy me and try to
exilate.
Be this force in my life to what do you say? Be my demise. I still love that part of me that wants to kill me, wants to destroy me, wants to exilate me. I still have love in my heart for that. And if I have love in my heart for that, you know I have love in my still love that part of me that wants to kill me, wants to destroy me, wants to exilate me.
Yeah.
I still have love in my heart for that. And if I have love in my heart for that, you know I have love in my heart for people that I don't know that have never done me anything.
Exactly.
And I will move forward and I will walk forward in my purpose.
Exactly.
With my crown on my head. And if you don't like it, you can go be in a world that doesn't care about you. You can go be in a world where they're constantly encouraging you to eat poison. You can continue to do all of the things that's going to keep you a slave.
No, I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to eat poison. So you telling me all I got to do is listen to your videos and maybe believe it? Okay, because I don't want to continue to eat poison. You're so right. Shut the fuck up, girl.
Spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So I speak to all of the kings and queens out there, all of the chiefs and chiefesses out there who want to become better, who can't seem to find their purpose because everybody...
We all want to become better. We just doubt you can help. All right? We all want to become better. We just have serious doubts that you can exilate. We have serious doubts about your spiritual ethnic.
Everybody else around them is telling them, oh, that's not real, that's not true, always being doubtful and never really putting the life, the love inside of them that they need to become the person who they're ultimately supposed to become and uplift them into their full potential. We're all supposed to be here in our full potential, and we're supposed to have a community that's based around us being in our full potential. We are supposed to be having children to create better humans, better than what we were, to create a better world.
No, not just having children. It's about finding the right people to have children with. You can't just have children. That's sort of like what a man might think. I just want to go have kids. I want to spread my seeds. You can't just be thinking, we're supposed to have children. You've already made 2 Never mind. I didn't get into it.
better lineage. This is what we're here for. Not to continue to live backwards. So I'm speaking to the people out there who want to rise.
If any of y'all think you need this in order to rise, there may not be any help for you.
I mean, truly rise in a kingdom. Not people out there who just talking it. Not people out there who just want to farm and want to do all of these things for money. I'm not talking to the people who just want to make money. I'm not talking about the people who just want to sit on social media and make money. I'm talking about the people out here who really is sitting down with themselves in real space and time and real reality and doing the inner work.
Doing the inner work.
Doing the shadow work. Doing the things that they need to do to uplift them into their kingdom.
More shadow work talk. Word salad.
And kingdom. These are the people who I am talking to. These are the people who I am here for, and I am not here for anything else.
If you're one of those people that you think she's here for you, I include you as among some of the dumbest people on this planet. Another spiritually lost soul. If you really think this can help you rise up to something, you must be lost your mind.
So, I feel that I've spoken my heart. I feel that I don't.
Let's see what she was saying at the very beginning, y'all.
I was have been going through different things in my life recently. It's Supreme Radiance, girl. I love you.
Supreme Radiance, you're one of the dumbest people on the planet.
Some things recently, and I believe that things that happen to us in our life is not for no reason, and I feel that as a conscious human, as a conscious being, we are supposed to decipher the synchronicities that come to us in our life. We need to assess the things that we go through in our lives as experiences to ultimately bring us into our full potential. I feel that many of people in our Black community or in our community period are stagnant within our own potential as humans.
Yeah, you've been stagnant for the last 5 years. Willingly stagnant. Voluntarily confused, spiritually frozen, mentally paralyzed.
And I feel that it has always been my purpose, a part of my spirit, to bring our people to a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of awareness. And this is why I went to CarbonNation in the first place. I didn't go to CarbonNation to fuck. I didn't go to CarbonNation to ultimately be in a relationship. I went to CarbonNation to ultimately bring our people out of the slumber that we are in mentally.
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part, as we can't really keep listening to the garbage spewing from her mouth. But that's pretty much the latest bit of gobbledygook, word salad, nonsense talking. And if you don't like it, then you don't love yourself. We just listened to the ramblings of a spiritually confused former demon semen guzzler. She sounds like she's still confused, y'all. And if you got a problem with that, then you don't know who God is. I'm sitting here listening to this woman talk about her ancestors and her bloodline, and I think she's absolutely nuts. And if you got a problem with that, if you don't like that, you can get the fuck. Now, how you like that is what I'm saying, real. But I've been here long enough. I just wanted to break down the video, say a couple funny things for the people to set off this week right. Gonna remind my people, right, that my birthday is this week and that it falls on what is known in the States as Thanksgiving Day. Is the day that my birthday falls on this year. So, with that being said, if you don't like that my birthday's on Thanksgiving, that means you don't love yourself. That means you don't love yourself. But I'm done with this video analyzing this young lady who is out of her rabid mind. Like Leonard DeUdis just said in the chat. Out of her rabid mind. And let's see how she ends it off.
Spiritually, emotionally. Oh shit. I'm moving forward. So yes, that's only the questions.
This is the last 2 minutes.
Hard to do. I appreciate you. Most High. I have a direct connection to divine energy, to divine source, to what we call God, to what we call Jesus, to what we call the Most High, to what we call the Krishna, to what we call Amen, Ashe, Ashak, love. I'm tapped in. So, but I will watch the movie though, sis. I will watch the movie though. Shug said, would you ever consider going back to one of your children's fathers? No, that's not my children's fathers is not the king for me. That was a time and situation in my life where I needed to learn from, and so did they. I chose to be responsible, and they didn't, and that's just period. And I don't got time to backtrack. I'm not looking back on shit. I'm moving forward. So yes, that's only the questions.
She can't really backtrack. I mean, one of them is in jail. The other one, she probably knows doesn't have any money either, right? So, can't tell her nothing, though, right? She ain't made no mistakes.
You're going hard today. I appreciate you sincerely, man. I'm still thinking about you. Just know that there's a lot going on right now, and I really need to prioritize. I don't think people really understand. There's a lot that you're going to have to prioritize when you're elevating and you're doing your inner work and you're doing shadow work. It's a constant. But I will get to you. Don't worry. Just don't worry. Just don't worry. Just don't worry. Just don't worry. I'm going to get to you.
Just don't worry.
Please.
Don't worry. Just don't worry.
I will do a separate live on doing some inner healing.
Really? She going to do a whole live on inner healing? Uh-oh.
I would, people think a job is just supposed to be going to work at a goddamn corporate 9 to 5. This is my purpose is my job. Your purpose is your job. You're not doing your job. If you're working at a 9 to 5 and having that routine over and over and over and basically killing yourself and doing everything for other people and what other people said that you should do and following and running after this American dream and trying to keep up with the Joneses, you're not in your purpose. You're not doing your job. Period.
Nobody's going to be worried about her word on the matter, because for the last 5 years, she wasn't living her purpose. She was doing worse than a 9 to 5. She was actually worshiping a human being as God or as the next coming of Christ. That's the type of shit she was on. Don't you worry about your 9 to 5 or your processed food. That can be forgiven. Trust me. That's all right. You ain't know no better. But what she did for 5 years, sleeping with the devil literally, right? Sucking the nuts of a demon, gobbling the semen of a demon, that's worse than anything people are doing with their 9 to 5, even if they got to work on the weekends. So what? It still doesn't compare to the filth that you were in this trash of a cult called CarbonNation. This cult that represents the lowest form of, the lowest vibration of a people who claim to be spiritual. They're on the lowest vibration, the lowest spectrum of that. They're filth. They're trash, y'all. Would you ever worry about trash yelling up at you at the curb? You got trash down there right by the gutter. Trash, literally trash, yelling up at you, human being. Talking about, you bitch ass nigga. But it's trash, right? You got pieces of trash and garbage yelling up at you. You little bitch ass nigga. I see that job you got, nigga. They don't love you, nigga. Why don't you leave that 9 to 5, nigga, and come hang out with us? trash. And that's what you've just heard, ladies and gentlemen. Confident sounding spiritual trash from someone who sucked the cock of a devil. And this is your boy Marwan. I'm glad North Carolina hung up in here with me. I'm glad y'all all stuck in with me this long ass video. It won't be this long, I'm telling you. Thank you for coming through, Empress Quet, who said she's so lost. And yes, anyone that can relate with her is just as lost as she is. Shout out to JC, for real. She mixing too many religious beliefs together. That girl is gone in the head. That's right. North Carolina thinking about quitting his job already. Proverbs 31 said, enjoy your birthday. Oh, yeah, I will. I will. Fundi Fee says they all lame, man. A Hunter Racing says, Scorpio season, exilate yourself. That's going to be the name of the next video. Exilate your spiritual ethnic. Y'all going to be ready for that? Exilate your spiritual ethnic. that's the word of the day, niggas. That's the word of the day, niggas. Exilate yourself. When in doubt, exilate. When you wondering what your purpose is, just exilate. Or somebody else will exilate you for you because of their spiritual ethnic. And that's a word right there. That's a word. Shout out to y'all peoples. I'll talk to y'all soon though, for real. Cause this shit is great. I say this shit is great. And we right here for the crazy, ain't it? Cause that's what we does. We does crazy things. And this is your boy Marwan. Thank you, A Capo, for coming through. Yeah, who else? We got Agena coming through. Real One Knows. Star Child 9, thank you. Noel Trent, thank you for coming through though. Miami Dade 305, thank you for coming through. Anybody else I forgot? JC, did I forget? Thank you. Everybody. Proverbs, precious moments for life, precious love, moments for life. You got a lot of people, you got some people up in here. Exilate. Jajuan Josie, thank you. Mrs. Harris, thank you for coming true. Jajuan Josie, JC, nondescript, thank you. You know what I mean? Noel Trent already said. Leonard DeYuda, thank you for coming through. I'll talk to y'all soon, all right? Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Peace out.
I'm in my purpose. I'm doing my job. That's why I'm highly favored. I'm highly favored because I'm doing my job. My job is to heal myself. My job is to love on myself. My job. Somebody was trying to call me. My job is to create a better world for myself and my children. My job is to be an example for humanity on how to come up out of these challenges that we face. This is my job. I'm in my job. I'm doing my job. Are you? So with that being said, I just hope you guys have a beautiful day.
She should be fired.
Enjoy your day today. Re-aim your focus.
She should be fired if that's her job.
Prioritize and be the best person that you can today. Don't beat yourself up about it if you slip up or if you can't.
If you fuck a demon
right now, just know that if you have the heart and the mind.
If you fuck a demon, don't worry about it.
Forward beyond what it is that you are currently experiencing, know you will make it, know you will survive, and know that you are a part of the 144,000 people out here that want to actually live in heaven on earth. I love y'all.